You are currently utilizing financial blueprints that were never constructed for your specific economic reality.
Those budgeting frameworks you bookmarked from social media influencers, they were written by professionals earning triple your yearly revenue.
That investment philosophy from a popular broadcast, it was designed for individuals possessing capital you haven't secured yet.
The universal save 20% mantra that everyone echoes. It is mathematically unattainable for the millions currently struggling to survive.
Here is the hidden truth regarding personal prosperity. Financial tactics effective at one specific earning tier do not merely fade in importance at another.
They actually turn detrimental. The behaviors that build stability at 35,000 can significantly hinder your momentum once you reach 75,000.
Methods serving you at 75,000 often transform into major obstacles at 100,000 and beyond.
You have likely sensed this friction yourself.
Advice that felt vital during your entry-level years now feels completely detached from your current circumstances, yet nobody clarifies the transition points or explains the necessary shifts.
Each phase, this video deconstructs the precise wealth building mechanics that matter across three pivotal income milestones: $35,000, $75,000, and $100,000 plus.
This is not generic guidance for the masses. These are calibrated strategies tuned to the unique limitations and advantages of your current tax bracket.
If you have ever doubted whether your financial focus aligns with your actual bank balance, rather than someone else's highlight reel, this guide is for you.
Your earning power dictates your entire priority list. It is time to abandon playbooks written for a different person's salary. Let us begin with the stark reality of the $35,000 tier. At this specific level, your monthly disposable income after the government takes its share is approximately $2,500. That is the total sum available. You must cover housing, electricity, nutrition, commuting, protection, and every other human requirement.
I will not sugarcoat this reality. It is a grueling environment. Every individual cent carries weight here in a way that high earners simply cannot comprehend.
A sudden $200 mechanical failure isn't just a minor annoyance. It is a structural crisis that can trigger missed payments, penalties, and high interest traps that linger for seasons.
Efficiency is secondary to survival when your margins are razor thin. The objectives at this level are not about portfolio optimization.
They are about establishing a base for everything that follows. Your primary mission is creating breathing room through an initial safety net.
Do not aim for 6 months of overhead yet. That is a future milestone. Currently, you require 4 to 8 weeks of core living costs in a liquid account.
If your fundamental needs cost $2,000 monthly, your target is $2,000 to $4,000 in reserves. This cash is your kinetic buffer.
It is the wall that stops a random bill from shattering your trajectory and forcing you into predatory lending cycles.
Here is how you build that wall when the budget feels suffocating. Automate a transfer of 5 to 10% of your net pay.
On a $2,500 monthly take home that equates to $125 or $250. Schedule this movement for the day after your deposit arrives, before temptation can intervene.
I hear the objection constantly. I have nothing left to put aside. I validate that feeling. It is real.
However, a psychological shift occurs when capital vanishes before you can touch it. Your behavior adapts.
Your lifestyle naturally shrinks to fit the remaining balance. The funds that would have dissolved into impulse buys instead solidify in your safety account.
Audit your previous 60 days of transactions. Locate the dormant memberships you ignored. Negotiate your recurring overhead.
Contact your digital providers, your mobile carrier, and your insurers. These dialogues are uncomfortable, but they frequently reclaim $10 to $50 every month.
Terminate features you aren't utilizing. These minor victories accumulate into the very reserve fund you deemed impossible to build.
in the current 2026 landscape. High yield storage accounts are offering 4 to 5% returns.
Your safety net should reside there, generating passive growth while staying accessible. The second objective at 35,000 is a relentless assault on high interest liabilities.
Consumer debt at this income scale is a parasite. Credit interest rates are currently exceeding 22%.
A $5,000 obligation drains over $1,100 yearly in interest alone.
That is capital that could be fueling your liberation, instead vanishing into the coffers of banks for items you likely no longer value. Here is the plan. Catalog every liability with its specific rate and total. Select either the interest, first avalanche, or the balance, first snowball technique.
While the avalanche is mathematically superior, the snowball offers the emotional momentum needed to stay disciplined.
Select the path you will actually finish. Once your initial safety net is secure, pivot those automated savings toward your debt.
Strike the balances until they reach zero. Then expand your long-term reserves using the monthly payments you used to send to creditors.
The third priority here is the ultimate game changer, elevating your earnings ceiling. I realize this sounds simplistic or even annoying.
If earning more were easy, you would have done it, but consider this logic. At 35,000, your capacity to save is capped by biology.
Shelter and food have a floor price. You can refine a lower tier salary indefinitely and still never achieve true autonomy.
The math is against you. The most powerful lever available is increasing the inflow. This does not require an immediate career pivot.
Begin by maximizing your current role. Inquire about extra hours. Volunteer for high-impact projects that justify a pay increase.
Have transparent dialogues regarding promotion requirements.
Many individuals at this tier have never explicitly asked their leadership what is required to reach the next grade, and they are often shocked by the clarity of the answer.
Simultaneously, cultivate high-value competencies, avoid expensive institutional debt, focus on low-cost skill acquisition.
Leverage digital tutorials, open source education, and professional certifications. Pinpoint the skills currently in high demand within your sector and master them during your off hours.
Explore secondary revenue streams that utilize your existing talents. If you possess any specialized knowledge, someone is likely willing to compensate you for it.
Whether it is technical support, creative freelancing, or niche consulting, even an extra $500 monthly represents a massive percentage increase on a $35,000 foundation.
The objective isn't to live a perfect life at 35,000. The goal is to survive the grind, clear the debt, and bridge the gap to the next tier where real wealth begins to manifest.
Now let us examine the $75,000 transition. This is a critical psychological junction.
You have genuine stability now. The lights stay on. You likely aren't vibrating with financial dread, yet you aren't truly wealthy either. You occupy the middle ground where you have enough capital to accelerate toward freedom, or enough excess to drown in subtle luxuries.
This represents the median reality for many households. If you are here, you are outperforming the majority, but your current choices carry immense long-term weight.
The primary strategy at 75,000 is seizing institutional incentives.
If your firm provides a retirement match and you aren't capturing the maximum, you are effectively rejecting a guaranteed raise. This is the only free lunch in the financial world. Consider the mechanics. If your company matches 5% of your pay, contributing that amount instantly doubles your principal.
That is a 100% immediate return before the market even moves. At a $75,000 salary, that 5% is $3,700.
With the match, it becomes $7,500. Over a multi-decade career, this single automation builds a mountain of capital through compounding.
Ensure this happens before the money hits your bank account. Your daily habits will adjust to the net pay without you feeling the pinch.
Beyond the match, establish a post-tax retirement account, like a Roth IRA. and aim for the 2026 maximum of $7,000.
These contributions grow shielded from the IRS. The capital you deploy today will be tax exempt when you eventually withdraw it, potentially preserving six figures in future wealth.
This combination creates an autonomous wealth engine that functions without your constant supervision.
The second strategy for this tier is total financial systematization. At $35,000, you had to count every penny because the floor was close.
At $75,000, you have the surplus to build a machine that manages your money for you. This acceleration is profound.
In a systematized environment, every payday triggers a sequence of pre-planned movements. A portion goes to your tax-advantaged accounts.
A portion flows to specific sinking funds, travel, a future home, or a vehicle. Your overhead is handled by automatic payments.
Whatever remains in your primary account is truly guaranteed spending money. This framework removes human error and emotional fatigue from the equation.
The machine doesn't care if you had a bad day at work or felt like splurging. It secures your future first.
Systematization also protects your credit profile by ensuring perfect payment history. Your net worth climbs in the shadows while you focus on your career and passion. Setup requires 60 minutes. Maintenance requires 10 minutes a month. The third shift at $75,000 is graduating from $3 questions to $30,000 questions.
At lower tiers, micro, expenses define your survival. Skipping a morning beverage at $35,000 might actually save your month.
At $75,000, that same obsession is a cognitive trap. $3 questions include, should I use this coupon?
Can I find cheaper milk? Which streaming app is $5 less? These inquiries drain your decision-making battery while providing negligible impact.
$30,000 questions are, how do I secure a 20% raise? Are my investment fees eroding my retirement?
How can I optimize my tax liability? Each of these, if solved, is worth tens of thousands. Redirect your focus.
Stop playing small. Once you have eliminated obvious waste, stop trying to squeeze blood from a stone.
Focus your limited mental energy on the high leverage moves that actually shift the needle of your life.
Now let us address the $100,000 plus category. If you are in this bracket, you have entered the zone where conventional wisdom often fails.
You have significant resources and therefore you have significant risks. The first mandate at this level is radical clarity of purpose.
This sounds like philosophy, but it is actually math. Many high earners accumulate wealth without a destination.
What does freedom actually look like for you? What is the specific number that allows you to stop trading time for dollars?
Without a target, you will fall into the trap of mindless accumulation, or worse, lifestyle creep. Without a vision, you will simply spend more as you earn more.
You upgrade the dwelling, the vehicle, and the wardrobe because that is what your peers do. 5 years later, you earn $200,000 but feel just as stressed as when you earned $80,000.
Your overhead rose in lockstep with your raises. The alternative is defining your iconic life, which experiences actually fulfill you.
When you know your target, you work backward to set your savings rate and investment horizon. Your capital finally has a job description.
The second high earner strategy is the fee audit. When your portfolio reaches 6 or 7 figures, small percentages become massive amounts of money.
A 1% management fee sounds trivial. It isn't.
On a $100,000 starting point over 30 years at 7% growth, a 1% fee costs you nearly $200,000 in lost gains.
That is a massive chunk of your life's work gone to an advisor who might just be putting you in basic funds you could buy yourself.
Audit your accounts. If you are paying for professional help, ensure they are providing value beyond simple asset allocation.
Use flat, fee or hourly experts for complex tax planning rather than giving away a percentage of your total wealth every single year.
The third strategy is battling the ultimate wealth killer, lifestyle inflation. It is a slow, silent poison.
Each upgrade feels earned. You get a raise, you get a slightly better apartment. You finance a luxury car because the payment fits.
You dine at 5 star venues because you worked hard. Within months, the new lifestyle is the new normal.
Research shows that beyond approximately $100,000, additional spending has diminishing returns on actual happiness.
A faster car feels normal in weeks. A bigger house is just more maintenance. The solution is intentionality. Commit to expanding your lifestyle at a fraction of your income growth. If you get a 10% raise, increase your spending by 2% and save the other 8%.
This creates a widening chasm between what you earn and what you burn. That chasm is where your freedom lies.
Finally, at this level, question the standard milestones. Should you buy a home just because you can?
Not necessarily. At high income levels, you have the flexibility to actually run the numbers.
In many 2026 markets, renting and investing the massive down payment into the market yields a higher net worth than owning a primary residence.
Do not follow the herd. Run your own calculations based on your timeline and your city's rent to price ratio.
Across every bracket, the fundamentals remain. Live below your means, automate your systems, and never stop increasing your value.
If you found this breakdown helpful, please like the video and subscribe to Winds of Thought. Every income tier is a different game.
The tactics that got you here won't always get you there. Be willing to reinvent your strategy as your bank account grows.
Watch our full framework on financial literacy next to see the complete picture of wealth building.